So on behalf of the citizens and the government of the Métis Nation of Ontario, I want to say welcome. And I want to welcome you to the first ever national conference on Métis self-determination and self-government. So I can say this conference is born out of a relationship that our three governments, the Métis Nation of Ontario, the Métis Nation of Alberta, the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, have created as a means of moving forward in a good, positive way with advancing self-determination and self-government for our people. Over the next day and a half, we're going to be listening to each other. We're going to be learning from each other. We've got a lot to share, and that really is at the heart of who we are as Métis people. We are relations. We are friends. We are allies in this work, in that collective fight for Métis rights, recognition, self-determination, and self-government. And of course, Ontario is the home to the 2003 Supreme Court decision in Powley. And that landmark Supreme Court of Canada decision that finally recognized Métis rights, it was a unanimous decision. It has in the past and continues to benefit every Métis government in Canada. It, in fact, helped pave the way for Canada to sit down and have the dialogue with us around how we advance self-government.
It's so nice to have Métis Nation Alberta, Métis Nation Saskatchewan, Métis Nation of Ontario, the governments working together, having the people in the room, talking about what's happened, how we got here, where we're going to go next. It is historic. It's never happened. It is great.
It's not overstating it by saying that today was historic. It's the first conference that we've had in Canada on Métis self-government and hosted by three recognized Section 35 Métis governments. So really a glorious day, I think, for Métis people. I think a wonderful day for our country.
If we're going to move forward, we need to move forward together. And in order to do that, we need to celebrate the full diversity of voices and perspectives and of people that we have within the Métis Nation. And youth are absolutely one essential component of that broader community.
The MNA firmly believes that if we get youth connected at the very beginning to their culture and their community, that everything from there will fall into place. To really have them involved in learning and educating them on this agreement that we've signed.
It gave me such an overwhelming feeling there this morning, just the whole gravity of it hit me, like it's going to happen, the self-government. And I've been plugging away at it for 30 years in different political positions I've held within the MNO, and you're like, God, it's finally going to happen. All along, I wasn't fighting for these rights for myself. I was always thinking of my children, my grandchildren, and children beyond them, and I think that's foremost in most of our minds too. It's not for us, it's for the future generations we're doing this. Yeah.
For me personally, I see it that the Métis Nation, all across our nation, should be one voice. We should gather and support each other.
This is the first time any government, public government in Canadian history has recognized the inherent right of a specific Aboriginal peoples. And in this case, three Métis governments. The importance of these agreements, in my view, can't be overstated. Additionally, while the agreements immediately recognize the inherent right of self-government and immediately recognize the governments as being Section 35 governments, we also see in the agreements the clear acknowledgement that the constitutional principle of the honour of the Crown is going to guide all the interactions between the Government of Canada and the three Métis governments. From a lawyer's perspective, it doesn't get better than that.
I think the significance of this conference is that we are coming together, our three governments, Métis Nation Ontario, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, coming together to not just hear our own perspectives and thoughts on self-government, but to hear from others as well. We owe it to ourselves and we owe it to our citizens back home to keep the faith, right? To keep that belief, right? That's really the only thing that's ever kept us going, right? Is just an undying belief that we have rights and that we deserve to be respected, right? And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from it, for sure.